hopefully y'all can hear me. But happy Wednesday to everybody here. I'm just trying to organize a little something. Something's kind of chaotic over here. But let's see here. So it's delayed, but it's not connected over here. Oh, my goodness. Well, anyways, if y'all can hear me loud and clear, go ahead and let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat and where you guys are chiming in from. We're going to get into today's training where I'm going to be showing you how to use our software that we have. It's a white labeled software called High Level. We call it BPC System. But I want to show you guys today how to be able to utilize this software to actually automate your social media. So we're going to get started in a second, but go ahead and drop your city and state in the chat. Drop your city and state in the chat. Alrighty, guys, drop your city and state in the chat. Again, let's see here. What is this? Okay, what is this? Hold on. Drop your city and state. Alrighty. Okay. So I want to also, before we get into some things, if you are not a member of Book Rich Profits Club, first of all, welcome, welcome, welcome. You can actually join into our community. And so we would love to have you guys join into the community just by simply going to bookrichprofitsclub.com. And so let me put it on the link. You can join the community today. You can join the community today by going to Book Rich Profits Club. And in there, as a matter of fact, I'll pull it up so you guys can see. Specifically, this community is designed to help speakers and coaches who are leveraging their books or future books and want to build an entire ecosystem centered around the leverage of their book. They want to build a business. They want to get more visibility. They want to do all the things. You know what I'm saying? All the things. So let me go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see the community. Our community is growing by leaps and bounds. Just in the last month, we've had over 150, 200 plus people who've joined the community. And so all you have to do is go to the link, Book Rich Profits Club, and put it on the screen so y'all can see. Lord. Put it on the screen so y'all can see, okay? Book Rich Profits Club. And this is how you can join. And so as you can see, 496 members. We're growing. We're looking to get to 1,000 members by the end of the quarter. And so definitely just go to Book Rich Profits Club. And when you want to find out what events are taking place, all you have to do is go here to the calendar. And under the calendar, you'll be able to see all the things. Every Monday night, we have our Book Rich Profits Club Money Mondays call. And this Monday, we actually have Brian Johnson, who did the call. And so he was able to really light it up. And then today is where we're going to be talking about our software. And so I'm going to be showing you guys how to build out your social media. Then on tomorrow is our Author Income Summit. This is our webinar that we do every Thursday. So if you have not tapped into the webinar to learn not only how to be able to share your story, gain visibility, and build multiple streams of income, you can register there. And then we have our new members orientation that is on Fridays. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. And so I want to tell you guys, we have a software that we white label out. It is called High Level. And of course, you're able to actually sign up with High Level by yourself. But the reason why you typically sign with a company is because those companies will provide additional resources and tools. Like, for example, we provide this Wednesday training session, of course, to all of our members. And if you are a member and you have any questions, even if it's not, sorry, y'all, not about today's training. Let me drink a coffee. Even if it's not about today's training, but it's just a question that you have, what you want to do is log in to the school community, go to the calendar. There's a special link for members only so that I can be able to see your questions first. Okay. So if you want to ask your questions, this is the time to ask it. We also provide support to our community members, as well as when you join in as Elite and Above, we actually design your very first website for you. And so with that stated, let's go ahead and get started, because today we're going to be talking all about how to be able to create your social media post automated. So we're going to create them and we're going to automatically have them go out on social media. And shout out to our BPC members in the house. I see we have Cecily here, Robin is here, as well as Faye is here. And so welcome, welcome. And any of our other BPC members, because I know they're members because they're on the back link. All right. So with that stated, I am so excited about the advancements and the growth of what's taking place with this software. Literally, y'all, this software, this is all you need to run your business. I'm going to be very transparent, at least to get you rocking and rolling. Of course, outside of that, the only other technology that I use to run my business is, like, for example, EVMux. EVMux is a streaming platform we do use for our meetings. We use Zoom. But, you know, nowadays, y'all, I mean, honestly, you could even use Google Meets. Like, Google Meets is the bomb.com. I love it. In fact, that's how I do all of my strategy session calls now. We don't even use Zoom meetings anymore. I use Google Meets, and that's free. Right. And so honestly, if you really tap into this software, guys, you're not going to need to really like use a whole lot, but you got to tap in. Hey, Tiffany, welcome. You got to tap into the software. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the software on the screen so you guys can see what it looks like. And today I actually want to make some real social media post for my account, just so you guys can see me do it in real live action. Okay, so let me share my screen. All right, there we go. Share. Awesome. And put it on the screen so y'all can see. So this is the software, right? This is the software, and there are so many different things that you can do in the software. I won't go over that, but where I'm going to encourage everybody needs to go when you get access to the software. And if you do not have access, that means you are not an Elite Accelerator or Inner Circle member. We do have the option for you to get access to the software for a small monthly fee. Okay, so I'll drop that link on the screen in a minute, but I want you guys to see what this software can do. So right here, when you log in, it is vital that you go down here, if you've never gone before, to the BPC system training, because this is where you're going to learn how to really get started with the software, guys. It literally has 5 minutes or less videos that shows you how to do everything from like setting up the CRM to understanding it to basics, even with social media. It has some basic AI training, but today we're going to get a little bit more in depth. But this is where you want to go. Okay, this is where you want to go to learn the software. So when somebody is like, how do I send an email? When someone is like, how can I work on my calendar? All those things, you want to first go here. Okay, and then you can even come up here, like say, for example, calendar. Like if you guys are using tools like Calendly, you can let that go. You don't have to use it anymore because your calendar is integrated. And I'm going to tell you why I like everything in one. It used to be some years ago, y'all, where I used to be like, I don't want to do no all-in-one system, because I didn't understand it. Like I had so many different softwares that I was using. Active Campaign. I had Easy Texting. I had, for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of the software that I used to use to do to review all of my numbers. We had ClickFunnels. We had what else was I using? I was using a ton. And by the way, when I tell you guys the stuff that I was using, it was adding up, okay? Like ClickFunnels was $300 a month. Active Campaign was running me at $150, $200. So those of y'all who are using like a CRM, like you could be getting rid of that. And the difference between our CRM and the CRMs that many people are using is that you don't pay for the number of leads you have. You only pay when you send out messages. And unfortunately, that's the only additional fee when you send out emails, text messages, also utilizing the AI. Because as you know, guys, like if you use AI on any of these other platforms, there's a fee associated with it, right? But right now, they are offering everybody an opportunity to use this AI for free. So let's go ahead and get into this training. I want to show you guys how to automate some of your social media. And today, what I'm going to actually use is I'm going to use content from my brand new book that is coming out from book to book. Okay, so I'm going to use content from my brand new book, from book to create the content. Matter of fact, let me pull up that book just so that I can be able to copy and paste it in. And we're going to literally use our software, BPC system, to create content that can go out. All right, does that make sense? And so with that, let me find my book. Oh, here it is, Taria Bond book. Okay, great. So first things first, let me bring the screen back up so you guys can see, and I will open it up again for question and answer periodically. All right. So first things first is when you log into your BPC system, where we want to go is we're going to go over here to the Ask AI. Now, what I will tell you guys is that enable Ask AI. Hold on, let me make sure. Okay, well, I guess it's, I don't know. So now they have different AI features now that have been added to our account, but we're gonna start off with the Ask AI. We might end up having to go to Studio, but we shall see. And so what I want to do, if Ask AI, you literally can treat it like Chat GPT, you treat it like Claude, you treat it like you would for all those different platforms, right? And so I want it to create a social media post that would go out every single, let's just say every single Monday at 9 a.m. But I needed to create the post for me first, right? So first things first is I wanted to also use the content from my manuscript. And the reason why I'm doing that is because many of us, we're not using the content from our books, right? We're not using the content from our books to be able to create social media, which is one of the things that's so important, guys. Like, people don't know you have a book because you're not talking about the book. So we want to talk about the book, right? And so how do we do that? Utilize our social media to leverage it, right? So I want to create, let me download the book and just upload it. So this is the Word version of the book that I'm gonna upload, but I want to create a social media post that will go out every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would like for this to be a post that is a quote from my new book, From Book to Booked. And I would like for this social media post to also include the link for people to get a copy, which is to go to www.howtospeakonmorestages.com. So this is my capture page. And for all of our elite members, we create that for you. But this is the capture page where I'm sending I like to send all my leads to, right? So now I'm going to attach the copy of my book. Here is a copy of my book attached. And please use my brand logo colors, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and add this copy of the book, which is right here. Hold up, that ain't it. Download. Here we go, From Book to Booked. And then I'm also going to add in my logo for my company brand, right? So we want to add that in as well. I really need to be having this thing on the dashboard. So I got my logo and I have my book, right? So is everybody with me so far? And so literally, this is the thing with social media. Sometimes we overcomplicate. I mean, with AI, we overcomplicate it. But you want to talk to your AI like you would be talking to someone that you're hiring for a job, right? So you want to talk to your AI in that simple way. All right. Okay, in a simple way. All right, so you see, I put it in there, and now what it is doing is it's doing its due just, right? And so the first thing is that I needed to create the social media. Hold up, it says network error. Hold on, let me see. Are you working still? Because, child, my internet been real ghetto. Okay. So you see, I misspelled it. By the way, I want to shout this out and let y'all know that for those of y'all, like, I think we were at one of our AI trainings that we did recently, and there's like an AI that will help kind of fix some of your ums and some of your, things. And one of our amazing superstar members, she was telling me about the software. The truth is this, y'all, like, because AI kind of starts to learn you and stuff, like some of the things like where you might say and things like that, when you're instructing AI, it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't really matter. So a lot of times I might misspell things. And so I'm just saying that to anybody who is like green personality, analytical and stuff like that. That I don't want y'all to let the fact that maybe you might misspell a thing to like keep going back to fixing and stuff. No, AI is gonna catch up, it's gonna know you, it's gonna be all good, right? So I don't know why it keeps on saying network error. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. It says generating down here. So we're just gonna wait for it to create those posts while it's going, right? So is everybody still with me? If you guys are still with me, just put in the chat. So it says that it's generating it. So we're just gonna believe that it is generating the social media graphics. Now, what it may do, I didn't tell it how many graphics I wanted it to make, right? I didn't tell it that like I want it to go ahead and approve those things yet, right? So the first thing that I'm waiting to see is if it's going to actually let me see the graphics. And if you don't want it to automatically go out, because I think someone was asking me the other day, like, well, what if I need to approve them first? You can actually do that. So you can say before you post it, like, make sure I get a chance to see the graphics first, right? Or you can just simply say, like, just create the graphics first versus telling it to do all of the things all at one time. Does that make sense? And so this is what's so fire about our software is that, like, honestly, whatever any kind of way that you would be thinking, like if you are assigning this to a VA, which can I just tell you this? Like when you start to truly understand the power of AI, right? The power of what this tool can do in the software, many of you guys are going to really wrap your head around the fact that you really can have an agent doing a lot of the stuff for you that you really need done, right? So I'm not even going to go into everything that this agent can do, which we plan on actually doing some webinars. One of my business associates and we're going to start doing more webinars because my goal is to not only show you guys how to utilize this AI for your business, but also how to get you booked utilizing AI, like get booked on stages and all types of things. And so while this thing is working, so let's just see, I'm going to ask it, are you still working? Because I just want to make sure it's saying like the network error. And so I just want to make sure that it is still working on these images. Yes, I'm here. It seems image generates keeps getting. Let me try right now. Please don't tap or click anything while it generates. Okay. So hopefully it's going to keep on generating and pushing and creating the images. So if you have any questions while we're waiting on this to create, just let me know. The platform that I am using right now to stream is called EVMux. And so EVMux is a software that I use to stream. Let me share the tab to stream on. It's very similar to StreamYard, but it ain't priced as StreamYard. Like StreamYard prices have gotten absolutely ridiculous. I don't even know who StreamYard think they are with their limited ability. But why I love EVMux, if you guys have ever used Ecamm for my Apple users out there, it's very similar. The problem that I used to have with Ecamm though is that Ecamm, let's see if it's worked on anything. Oh, thank you. It's made the images. Okay, let me go back and share this. The problem that I used to have with Ecamm though, guys, was that it was software. It was application based. So it wasn't like internet, right? So you actually had to have the application downloaded on your MacBook. And so if I wanted to switch between my Mac Studio and my MacBook, and I've already created all the scenes, because you create scenes in EVMux, it would be a headache. But anyway, so let me show you some of these images. So you see, so it created one of the graphics. So let me display. And so it only created one, but I don't like this graphic, right? I don't like the graphic at all. It's very plain Jane. And a lot of times what it is going to do is make them pretty plain Jane, right? And so first things first, I say, I want you to make a total of 7 graphics. Actually, let's see, let's get enough for 2 months. So enough for 2 months, we'll do 8 graphics. And I want for you to add in some pictures of people in the image, okay? And if anybody has used this, I know when we did our AI training, I think Cecily, Tiffany, but Cecily and Tiffany were there that are watching right now. Y'all remember it first created like just a plain Jane graphic, but now we're gonna tell it to make it more, we want some more images. We want it to look better. Like you can keep it at just this, which by the way, these aren't bad either. They're not bad either. In fact, there's an Instagram, account that I follow where literally it's the same image of this guy staring at a billboard, and all they do is just change the text and then they add a caption every single time. And so but that joint is getting mad views, mad comments, mad likes. Now, while it's going and doing its big one and creating these images, let me just also say as well, guys, is that this should not replace, for example, one of the things we teach you guys is to go live once a week. So the way that I'm creating this opportunity to go live once a week is this is me going live once a week so that I can then let you guys know how you can work with us even further, right? But I don't go live just once a week. Like I'm now doing a webinar we do a webinar every Thursday, and we're going to be doing a training every Sunday. But the live that I'm talking about is streaming to social media platforms. So right now we're streaming onto Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, but we also have a private link for our members only, right? Does that make sense? And so you guys can go live once a week. And so I might even add in another day where I'm going to go live and make sure I go live on Instagram as well as TikTok to maybe go over some tips and tricks for getting booked on more platforms, because my goal is to take you guys from social media to my database, right? To my email list. Does that make sense, everyone? And so I always like to share with people, social media should be for collecting leads, period. And so, when people go to your social media, yes, they need to see that you are talking about the thing that you do, especially those who are using your social media to build a business. Now, if you're using your social media to become an influencer, that's a whole different conversation. I know people who make millions of dollars with less than 5,000 followers because they're not trying to be an influencer. They're just utilizing their social media to create confirmation and generate leads, right? So while we create these images, the reason why I'm saying this is because this does not replace the fact that you still need to maybe go live once a week. It doesn't replace the fact that you need to also throw a video out, show your personality. The great thing about social media, and I'm gonna tell you guys, what people truly love when it comes to social media, and this is why I mix it up, is they like to know who you are. So if I was to show y'all my Instagram, y'all, the posts that get the most comments are the posts where I'm showing just personal life. I put a post up the other day talking about me going on a date. That post on Instagram and on Facebook has the most views and the most comments than any other post where I'm dropping major nuggets. Why do I mix in personal life things? Is because that's what people really want to see. But because I know that you're going to see that post, you're probably going to go look at my timeline. And then the next post might be, hey, I'm looking for speakers for an event coming up. Hey, here's a tip on how to do XYZ. So we're creating this right here, but this should not necessarily replace the fact that you still want to go onto your social media and put something up. Does that make sense, everyone? So now we're not going into this today. There are other ways that you can also utilize additional AI features to create videos, to create amazing images. And right now I have not tested out our AI feature within our software, if it can actually create like just an image of you. But right now, we're just utilizing this to create some content to give you guys some tips for those who are following our social media. But the truth is I'm gonna be honest, like, and I'm horrible with this sometimes, it's just being in the moment and taking a picture when I'm living life. Okay. And your living life listen, you are connecting to your person, right? So your person probably lives a similar life. I always tell people the best lead is someone who kind of is you, right? Especially if you're doing individual people, like you're working with individual people. But if you are working or you want to be working with businesses and organizations, well, whenever you are out at these business and organizations, that's when you need to take pictures. And you can take pictures that you can use throughout the week, right? You don't have to take all your pictures from one event and then post them all on the same day. And yes, every time I do a live, yes, I do a call to action. I already did it on this live. I don't know if y'all even caught it. I already did a call to action before we even went into this training. The call to action was, and I'll put it on the screen again, is join Book Rich Profits Club today for free. That's my call to action, right? So it takes anybody that's watching me on social media. Okay, here we go. It's making the images. You see it? Y'all see the images? Come on now. And so now it's creating these amazing images. Now, I did not tell it to make all the people black, all black girls. But, if y'all don't know, my target audience is high earning women, black women of color. But it doesn't mean that we don't have all nationalities. Why? Because we have gone out here and gotten results. It doesn't mean that we don't have men. It doesn't mean that we don't have, you know what I mean? So because I've been doing this for so long, I attract anybody. Does that make sense? And since that is the case, I just need y'all to understand, it doesn't mean though that I would change up my marketing. Hello? Are y'all with me? It doesn't mean I'm gonna change up my marketing. Now, this is not a cover of the book. So because that's not a copy of the book, let me tell it to update where it has her holding the book. And then also, I don't know if this is supposed to be me, but let me add in an image of me and let's test it out. Y'all want to test it out? Let's see what it does with an image of me as well as an image of the book. So let me go real quick because of course I need to add my book cover in my folder, which let me see something. Let me go here. I need to go here and add that image in. By the way, let me just show y'all what I use. So this is a tool called Media Modifier. So y'all write this down. Yes, we still have AI and AI can make a lot of images and stuff, but I like Media Modifier because I can go in here and look at 3D images that I want to make for my book. And it's like I have a little bit more control. The challenge when you're making AI is yes, you can give it a really good prompt, but you still have to rely upon like what it gives you. So I actually use this, as y'all can see, look, I use this to make, look whose cover this is. I use this to make 3D images of books. I just like the way it does it. It does paperback books really nice. You can even go in here and search for hardback books. And so this is Tiffany, who just launched her book right here is a 3D image of it. And then we have a 3D image, I think, hold on, because we have been working on their capture pages. And so here is Cecily. Look at Cecily's cover, right? And so I love using this for 3D images. So anyways, let me go get my book. Where's my book at? I hope it's on here. It may not even be on here. Oh, here it is. From book. Uh-oh. So where is my book? I don't see it. Okay, 1 second. Let me go get my book real quick. And so I'm going to tell it to update books. I'm going to tell it to please update my whatchamacallit. Where is that? Where is it? Here it is. And y'all tell me, do y'all like this cover too, by the way? I'm gonna, here's the 3D image. I'm gonna just make this 3D image right here on Canva. Now, hold on. 6x9. 6x9 inches. 6x9. Oh, here we go. By the way, this is the last week if you have not pre-ordered this book. So you see, Tiffany, what am I doing? I'm doing another call to action. Like every time you do something that is free, you should walk away with coins or contacts. Okay? And so I've already done my contacts offer. And so now what I'm about to do is give y'all the opportunity to be a part of this book. So I'm always offering. I'm always offering stuff, right? So anyway, so okay, let me show y'all the cover. So I'm going to tell it. So let's go back over here. So I'm going to say, can you please update the book cover to this? And here we go. Boom, boom. And the picture of the woman that is holding the book, please update to me. And let me find a picture of me. Let's see here. And I had told myself that I was going to add a picture of me on my desktop. But then guess what we do? We add the picture, then we delete it. Okay, here we go. This is good. So now I'm going to have it update to that. And this is the cover, by the way. Let me show y'all the cover. Let me share this tab. So this is my book, Freed, forward by Brian Johnson. Both of these forwards are so good. I'm so grateful. And then my book, From Book to Book. And so right now what I'm doing is that anybody who buys just one, you're going to get the second one. And I'm going to be officially coming out with this book. I'm doing a workshop it's going to be Tuesday night, hold on, y'all. Let me tell y'all. July 7th in Atlanta. We're doing a workshop. Me and this young lady that's a part of the Atlanta Black Chambers. All the VIPs are going to get a copy of my book, From Book to Book, booked. But that's where we're going to have the official coming out. I won't say launch because I don't like to call it launch parties. This is going to be the first place where the book will be available. So if you want to, and you want to now today, up until the end of this week, you buy one, you get one free, and you will also be included in the book. If you buy two of the books, you will actually get, so if you buy two books, you would get 2 copies of Freed, which is my book on pushing through depression, as well as if you have a loved one who's going through it, as well as you will get a copy of From Book to Book, but you will also get to share your story. So you see what I'm doing, y'all? I'm always creating opportunities for people to work with me, right? So if you want to get a copy of my book, and this is real, I'm not playing, all you have to do, guys, it's real easy, is just get a copy and you'll be included. So all you can do is buy one. Buying one gets you included in both of the books. If you buy 2, you get included in both, but you also get to share your story of pushing through depression. And so I give you a list of questions and stuff. So get a copy by going to special.visionavant.com. And this special does end on Friday. So I think I'm almost at my 25 because I only set a goal for 25. I've been so busy, y'all. So I set a goal to just pre-sell 25 copies. All right. So it's going in and it's doing the work. It's doing the work. It's doing the work. It's doing the work. So let me see what y'all saying. VPC convinced you on the title. And we love the title. By the way, Cecily, I was showing your capture page yesterday to one of our newest members as well about your stuff. And so also, if you don't see me recommend a software, and so this is like my easiest way to let y'all know, because a lot of times people will ask me things like, what about this? What about that? If you don't see me recommend the software, I don't use it. So I can't tell you. And so I think it's, as a coach, I think it's always important, guys. And can I just even say this too, I don't want to offend nobody. The challenge that many people have when it comes to having a coach is leaning on their own understanding. And so what many people do is they want someone to coach them, but only coach them on stuff that they agree on. And the truth is that many cases, you're never going to, if it's a good coach, if you have a really good coach, you should never agree on what your coach is telling you. As you start to learn and see the results come in, right? Then yes, this stuff will make sense. But in many cases, you're not going to always agree with your coach. Why? Because if you did, you wouldn't need the coach. Otherwise, if you're looking for someone to always agree, right? Then you just want a cheerleader. You don't really want someone to coach you. So why am I saying that? Because I will tell you the stuff that I use. And so if you don't see me tell you this is something, right? There might be a reason to it, but this is what I use. And so if you say, okay, well, this is going to be my coach, then I'm going to do what my coach does. Does that make sense? And so hopefully that makes sense. Like, that's me, y'all. I'm just telling you, like, when I make a decision that somebody is going to be my champion, can't nobody else tell me nothing about nothing. I don't want to I don't want to use your softwares. I don't want to use your systems. I'll give you a prime example while this is still over here doing what it does. Hey, I don't know why this joint you know what? It might be too that this thing is like doing this because it's a lot of people, because right now they're offering it for free. For the free ski, you get to use all of this AI stuff for free. So for those of you guys who have AI in your BPC system, we might have to activate it. If you don't see it, you need to start using this stuff now because they're giving it to us for free for now. But just know there's going to end up being a fee. But the great thing, and just from what I'm seeing with this software, y'all, is that this, like, you know how we spend all that time trying to put together Claude? Child, by the time we got everybody connected on Claude, honestly, truly, we might not even need the doggone Claude no more because of what this stuff can do, okay? So anyways, but yeah, y'all, so like when you're identifying your coach, like, if you are that person that's always like, well, what about this? What about that? Or can I use this? Or can I use that? What I would encourage you to do when you identify, because I'm not everybody's coach, so I'm not expecting you to lean on to my understanding, but I want to challenge you guys that if your coach did not tell you to use that, and it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, then don't do it. Even if, for example, like say, you want to know, okay, what software do you recommend, coach, for me to use webinars with? I'll just give you an example. So for webinars, as of right now, even though personally me, like, I don't mind using even EVMux because EVMux has a webinar feature. So those of you guys, like right here, Tiffany is commenting and you see the icon, that's an EVMux icon, right? So I can just have people come right into here and be able to go straight into the webinar, right? So that's what that icon means, this right here, right? Some I know, like with my business partners though, when we do our Thursday webinars though, they actually, look at your girl. Let me see what it looked like. That is not me. See, this is what I'm saying. See, the thing with the AI over here is not as good yet as, like, for example, ChatGPT with duplicating the imagery, right? But guess what? I don't care. We're going to use it. Okay, cool. So can you create captions for each of the images? Right? And so, anyways, back to what I was stating. So, you love your capture page? Oh, yay! Yes, listen, it is almost ready to go. And can I just tell you, Cecily, I was showing the young lady your capture page too. And just with the couple of hits that it's gone to, because you know you're already getting conversions, like you're at like 20-something% conversion rate. What? That is powerful. That's powerful. So when we really start pumping this thing on out there, 20% conversion rate is fire. I don't know why my buttons ain't working over here though. I'm getting on my nerves. But anyway, so you see it, it's creating all the captions, right? So now, yes, it says, would you like me to adjust the tone, add a special CTA, schedule the graphics? So I don't care about the tone, but yes, the call to action. Oh, it's already got a call to action. So yes, let's schedule them to go out every Monday at 9 a.m. But I also want to have one go out right now. I would like them to go to my Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Now, the only reason why I'm not telling it to go to like my TikTok, which is connected, which I need to show y'all that one final feature, and then I'm gonna open it up for some additional questions, is because TikTok is video based. YouTube is also video based, right? So yes, you can post images like on the YouTube kind of like story like timeline thing, but as of right now, and I could be wrong, it might have updated, it doesn't let us just post images. So to post the videos, you would have to be able to do something different. And let me just also say this as well, guys. There are ways to also batch post videos utilizing the software, okay? But we're not going to get into that right now. So anywho, so now what it's doing is scheduling out my posts to Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. You see that? And so you see which accounts should I post to? Thank you for asking. So we're going to do Facebook, we're going to do my Instagram, and we're going to do my LinkedIn. Because I don't want to post this to the Book Rich because this is different. This is for my personal stuff, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click submit. And now it's going to, which graphic would you like to post right now? We'll just select number 1. And then real quick, let me just show y'all my Instagram. So y'all know that it hasn't posted. And of course, y'all, this didn't have to take this long. It's just I've been running my mouth. Okay, so if you look at my timeline, y'all see, we don't see the image. We don't see it on there on my social media, right? All right, so let's go back to it. Oh, y'all couldn't, oh yes, y'all could. Okay, let's go back to it. So we're gonna say graphic 1 and go ahead and click submit. Now it does take a little while for it to submit immediately, but it's going to be working. And so while it's doing that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up another tab to the software so that I can show you one other thing that you want to make sure is being done. And so let me go to that account. And so what you want to do, guys, is you also want to go to marketing, because before you can even start posting to your social media, you have to make sure that you connect your social media. So when you go to marketing, then what you're going to want to do is go over here. And so you see there's a whole lot of different stuff, but the social planner is what it's using to post to, right? And so I'm going to go over here to settings. And then this is where you can connect different social media accounts. So as you can see, you can connect Facebook, Instagram, GBP. This is for Google, which honestly, I'm gonna be real transparent, y'all. If we got to start using this more. The Google platform, while it's not as big as it used to be, it's still Google. And so people still Google the Google platform, right? So I'm going to start making sure I use this more. LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube. And then look, it even has threads, which is cool. But if you have your Instagram set up to automatically post to threads, you don't really need to do that. So you want to make sure you connect all of your platforms so that then when you go over here to create this prompt, it's going to automatically do it. So as it says once you approve, yes, post it. So I approved it. And so now it's going to post all of those graphics scheduled for Mondays at 9 a.m. on 3 platforms. All of that is done. And so I didn't have to design anything. I didn't have to create a caption. Now I have content. And another thing too about social media that I have come to learn is that the more active you are, is the more that it's going to keep pushing you on the FYP pages or put you closer to the FY. So if you guys are not active, and this is one of the things that I do hate about social media, is that like, child, if it don't see you active, it pushes you further down in the algorithm. So you got to stay active. And so that's why having something like this, where even if I'm not going to post live, like a real live post every day, I can at least have some of that automation being created for me and then going out on my behalf. Does that make sense? And so that is how you would do your social media. Okay, y'all. And so with that, if you guys want to be able to also have access to our software, we do have it available. And what I'm going to be doing, guys, is when you join into the school community, under the classroom, this is what it looks like if you are not like if you're just signing up, if you're not an elite member. As you see, some of the stuff is not available. If you're not like a mastery member, because this is for mastery. If it says premium, that's mastery. VIP is for our elites. Okay. And so I'm going to be adding in a course that's going to say BPC system software. And so if you go under this BPC system software course, you'll see where if you want to get access and have your own sub account with the software, the fee is only $97 a month. Now, if you are elite or above, there is no fee to have access to the software. That's one of the benefits of being an elite member. Okay, you have access to the software and you can play around and do what you need to do. Any questions? Do we have any questions? And so we'll wait to see once it posts on my Instagram. I want to wait to see when it posts. It's going to take a little bit of a minute, so we'll wait until that goes. And because you see, it says, are you there? It disconnected again, child. So make sure y'all always go back and look to see. I don't know if this is something new, but it's like interrupting. Network error. I don't know. That's me. I done had to call. Anybody else got Xfinity? Because child, Xfinity is trash, and they about to get canceled. Because they just, I talked to the guy today, because my internet was just not connected for no reason. And so I asked him, I said, is there any particular reason why my internet has been disconnected? Because I run an entire business with this. Hello? He talking about, oh, well, no, there's no reason. I need y'all to have a reason. Like, don't just, there's no reason. Well, I'm going to need some discount. I mean, it's only $100, but it's supposed to be fast. It's only $100, but I will pay $200, $300 for my internet to make sure that it works. So I don't see any questions popping up. Graphic One is live. Okay. It says Graphic One is live, but it's still giving me this network error. But let's see if Graphic One actually is live. All right. Here on my Instagram, if you guys have yep, it's live. But child, who is the chick? Who is this girl? This is not me. Clearly, not me. I need to log in. But yeah, so now you see I've got some posts that have automatically gone out. Won't he do it? Yes, honey. Let's log in there. Okay, hold on. Let me get my let me log in real quick, y'all. Let me get my code. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Again, if you want to have access to the software, if you want to join the community, you need to go to bookrichprofitsclub.com. You can join for the free ski. The software itself, if you are not an elite member, is just $97 a month. $97 a month. Okay, the code has expired. Let me see. Am I supposed to use the Instagram one? I think so. Let me see. Okay. All right. Questions. Got to get rid of them ASAP. Rid of who? Which one? Yes, that is me, Chad. Oh, look at BookLogix. This is my family right here. My printer family. They be looking out for you. Girl, if y'all don't have nowhere to print y'all books, I'm telling you, they are the best. So you see, look at my post. It's up there. Your story just isn't something that happened to you. It's something that's working for you. I mean, this girl, she's pretty though, so we'll just leave her there. But I don't know if I like her, but that's okay. This ain't even my cover, but it messed up everything. So I will say that some of the stuff is not perfect yet. So I don't know about the imagery, but I'm not mad at it. Now, if you did want to also have something created outside, so let's say that you wanted to use, for example, like ChatGPT, because ChatGPT right now, hands down, has the better image creators as well as duplicators of your face. That's what I've been using. You can then batch create them. Well, that's a problem too. Chat doesn't really batch create individual images, so you got to do it one by one. So that's why it's like, it's like you got the pros and the cons of it all. Because then what you could do is say, hey, listen, I want you to fix this one. And then you can have it to make it on chat and then just upload it to your Ask AI and say, I want you to schedule these posts to go out, every Monday. So you can always do that too. I use BookLogix. Didn't I just have a whole conversation telling y'all about asking me about if I use something else? I just went through this whole thing. I ain't even gonna put y'all on blast, chat. I'm not gonna put your comment or your question on blast. I don't know what none of that stuff is. I use for, I don't even know what that does. Let me see. Let me Google it real quick. No, I do not use that software that starts with a Z. Never used it, not using it. We do run ads, but I have not used it. I do not use any other. So if we want to get into the conversation of publishing, okay? So there are third-party companies out there. We're not going to talk too much about this today because, of course, we're here to talk about the software, right? Okay, well, good, Faye, if it's working for you, love. Yes, use what works for you. This is, again, back to what I said. I said I wasn't going to call you out. My bad. My bad. But what I'm telling you guys is this. Well, first of all, can I just say there's multiple ways to skin a cat, right? I don't know who came up with that slogan, and I don't know why we would want to skin a cat. I've come to actually like cats as of recent. And so whatever works for you is great. But right now, I can tell you what works for us. And what works for us is no, we don't use it. Okay. And so I think last week we had another 5-figure week just from what we are currently doing. Right. So with that stated, that's why I always say, guys, like when you identify who your coach is, then you got to follow your coach. Okay. So anyways, with that stated, I don't use the software. I don't use Zlead. Lord, I don't know. Maybe it's not connecting. I don't use Zlead. Don't use it. Does that make sense, y'all? Are y'all connected with me on when I say this? So if you're asking me about something that I haven't shared, I don't use it, so I can't give you any advice on it. Okay, my love? All right, I appreciate you, though. Okay, let's talk about, though, third-party sites for publishing, too, and then I'm going to wrap it on up. So I do not use Ingram and Spark. I don't use... Y'all know I don't use Amazon. I don't publish on Barnes and Nobles. I don't publish my books on any of those sites anymore. I used to. When I first got started in the book space, I did use CreateSpace. And so that tells you how old that was, because CreateSpace used to be Amazon. And the reason I stopped using it is because I was realizing that most of the people that were buying my book, number one, were buying my book in person. So I actually sell way more books in person than I do online. And I'm not saying that, you're not going to sell, because I sell books online too. So for example, like if I am on a podcast and I send someone to my capture page, howtospeakonmorestages.com, which I'm actually tweaking my capture page, it'll then upsell to purchase for people to purchase a book. So that's how people will buy books. But most cases for me, I'm doing in-person events. So when I do an in-person event, I generally already have books in hand. So I don't have to ship out a lot of books, right? Also, it's important for me to be able to get the leads, the name, the email, the phone number. So I don't like to send people to a third-party website. The reason why a person would want to be like on an Ingram and Spark, right? So I'll give you the specifics. Outside of, if you don't really care about generating leads, that means you're not providing products, services, experiences beyond your book, and you just want to sell books, cool, and get a small commission, that's fine. But the reason why many people may go on an Ingram and Spark is because they want to be in a bookstore. But with that, right? It's okay, love. I love you and I appreciate you. But with that stated, even if you're in a bookstore, you still have to promote it. And so this is why I always be trying to share to people, like, yes, I know y'all want to be on some of these major platforms, but today in the book publishing space, like being a self-published is, if it's a good quality book, is just as good, unless you're getting a tag on your book to someone that can put you out there. And so I am excited to say that we are going to be working on, us putting together a publishing company so that you could be self-published through you, but also through us with helping people with distribution, getting you guys in front of more people. But the reason why you would go to an Ingram Spark or something like that is because, for those situations, like I went to this bookstore and it was like, if your book is not on Ingram Spark, I typically don't let you be in my store. But the store was empty. No shade. So that means if somebody was coming in there to buy your book, it's because you sent them to go buy the book. So I'd rather send you to go come see me at a workshop or buy my book on my website, and then I send it off to you. BookLogix, however, yes, they also have a publishing aspect, and they will also fulfill orders for you. if you need like someone to fulfill your book shipments, but I don't even believe in that no more. Like I'm gonna send my books twice a month. Like I'm not that busy to where I can't print my books with my label, which y'all can't see it right here. It's right here. This is my labeler. I print my books and then I put them all together for those that I gotta ship out and take it to the post office twice a month. It's easy peasy and it creates content, right? So we always need to have content, right? As an author, as a speaker, you wanna have content. Um, and so I used to use a company called Ship Zoom. No, yeah, Ship Zoom. Ship Zoom. SHIPZOOM to fulfill my book orders. And they're a great company, especially for those of you guys who are selling hundreds on a monthly basis. But again, I was paying attention. Most of my book sales happen when I'm speaking on stages, right? So it didn't make sense to me. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to ship them myself. I now have content. It takes me less than an hour to print the labels, package them and put them in the package, package them and take them to the airport. I mean, to the post office. So a lot of times people be like creating like realities or false realities that they haven't even experienced yet. Like if you got 1,000 book orders, that's different. But if you only ship, 50 to 100 a month, you can ship them yourself. Now, BookLogix, I love BookLogix because they are, to me, out of all the printers I've ever used, one of the best. One of the best. And so I love them. And then based on what I've been hearing as far as printing costs, I've been hearing that many of these other major companies, they're kind of just as comparable. BookLogix was a little bit more expensive. But let me tell you a story of why I like BookLogix, right? And so let me just show y'all. And so if y'all decide to want to print, they print and ship to anywhere in the world. And when I say world, I mean the world. They are a family-owned local company right in Alpharetta, Georgia. And so, y'all, let me tell y'all a story, and then we're going to wrap it on up. So, first of all, when somebody tell you to order to have 100 books with you for a conference that you speaking at, and you ain't never heard of these people, child, don't always believe them because they be lying. But anyways, that's another conversation. So, I was living in Texas at the time, and I invited to speak at this young lady's event. And I asked her, I said, well, how many people are going to be there so I can have enough books? She said, well, get 100 copies of your book, right? Look, Cecily has used them as well. Yes, darling, right? So she said, get 100 copies of your book. Okay, cool. So I'm excited. I'm like 100 copies because the way that I think of it, y'all, is that if 100 people purchase my book and 10% of them become my premium client. At the time, my program was a 3-day book camp that I offered for $7,000. So 10% of 100 is 10 people. That's 70,000. That's what I'm counting. I'm not counting the book sales, because that money goes right back into marketing and everything, right? So I'm like, ooh, this is about to be a $70,000 event. Hello, minimum. Because honestly, 10% is the minimum. It's about 20 to 30% of the people who buy your book, if they're qualified, will actually purchase your premium. So I was like, okay, this is at least a $70,000 event. Cool, I'm going to get the 100 books. But unfortunately, what happened is my aunt had passed away in South Carolina. Now, if anybody knows me, I love the road. And I miss it. I need to take a road trip. And I don't know if there's anybody else that can relate, especially if you're one who's you're introvert, you're a loner. Like, because of the work that I do, I do a lot of extrovert activities and I love doing it, right? But I also love my me time. One of the best ways for me to get the most me time is to take a road trip. And baby, I don't know what it is about driving from Texas to Georgia, but I love that drive. So anyway, so I was like, I'm not going to fly. I'm going to drive from Houston, drive down to South Carolina, Conway, South Carolina, where my family is from. And I called BookLogix. I said, listen, I got some books. I got 100 books that I need printed. I am not going to be able to make it to the location before you guys close because I'm going to a funeral. Right, I'm going to a funeral, and y'all like road tripping? Yes, I am in the need. I'm like itching for a drive. I need a drive. Anywho, And so thank you, Tiffany. Love you. That's okay. That's okay. Girl, I'm done. So y'all, I already gave y'all the social media tips. And now I'm just running my mouth. Actually got a sales call coming up in about an hour. Y'all know I tell y'all to do these things, and everything that I teach you guys to do, I do it. So I never teach you guys. Um, hold up. Hold on, y'all. I'm just typing real quick. So love you back. Tiffany, did you get the homework? If you're still here, did you get the homework from the AI class? Because I'm waiting on y'all link of y'all assessment that I sent to y'all. Ain't nobody sent it back yet. Cecily too. I'm waiting on the link. Okay, so anyway, so I called Book Logics and I told them the situation. I'm going to my aunt's funeral, unfortunately, and I need 100 books. They told me to have 100 books. So I need 100 books. This is a $70,000 day, right? So I need these books. So I said, I'm not going to be able to pick up the books while you guys are open still. So can I need to organize this over here. So can you guys leave the books outside of the building and I will just come pick them up? What's going on, Texas in the house? And so they said, sure, we'll go ahead and leave the books outside for you, right? Because I've done a lot of business. They know me, they my peoples, right? And so, cool. So I don't go to the funeral. And I remember the funeral was over and I hit the road to get back to Atlanta. I hit the road about 4 or 5 o'clock. So by the time I got to the location, it was easily 10 p.m., right? That's another thing too about me and road trips too, is I don't be speeding and trying to hurry up, child. I be taking my sweet little time. I will stop at the gas station, get me some beef jerky, because I love beef jerky and all the things, right? So anyway, so I finally get to the location. It's like 10 p.m. And so I pull up to Book Logics. And this ain't even the only one reason why I love using a local printer, or at least a printer I can just call them. So anyway, so I pull up to the Book Logics and I don't see my books. So I'll never forget too, because I remember I was on the phone with one of my friends talking to him and I was like, oh my God, they don't got the books. I need my 100 books because this is about to be a $70,000 weekend, right? $70,000 event. I need my books. I was like, well, I ain't even gonna trip because I know the relationship that I have with Book Logics. I was like, well, listen, if because they promised they would do it, they'll probably just overnight the books to me. I know they will, right? Because I think it was like a Thursday or something and I needed it by Saturday. So I'm sure they'll overnight it. They'll figure it out. So I wasn't even tripping. And this is one thing too. I want to just, hopefully everybody leans on this. It's not what happens to you. It's what you do with what happens to you. And so a lot of times we let stuff affect us that are beyond our control and we can't really control it. We can't. We can only control how we respond. And so would it make sense for me to get all up in a hustle tussle, pissed because they are people and they forgot to leave my books outside the building? No, would not have done nothing for me. So I just was like, okay, well, I'm not going to worry about it because they do right by me. And I know that this will work out. Cool. So I'm on the phone with my homeboy and somebody calls my phone. Mind you, it's 10 o'clock at night. I don't recognize the number. Now, normally, I don't answer phone numbers I don't recognize, but somebody got the audacity to call me at 10 o'clock on a number I don't know. Must be somebody need to talk to me. So I click over, hello. Why? It's the owner of Book Logics on the phone. Taria, oh my goodness, I saw you outside the building. I forgot to leave the box. Can you come back? Mind you, I had only driven about it. I just left like 3 minutes ago. Can you come back? I sure can. I was so happy. So I was like, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. And so I said, I sure can. So I went back and he pulled up. The owner pulled up to get me my books. So not only did he go get the books, he put them in the car for me and everything. Amazing. I'm going to tell you why, for the life of me, I'm not printing no books from nobody else. And because that's not the only reason why. That was one of the things that kind of solidified it. But I was so grateful. Now, long story short story long, when I finally got back to Texas and went to the event that was that weekend, she had 10 people there. See, that's a whole nother. I was so irritated by her too because like I went through all of that and she had no idea that I was like, "Do you mind if I give you like a little coaching on when you're doing events?" Cuz a lot of people be trying to do workshops and stuff, child, and they do not know how to get butts in seats. Like where in your mind did you have 100 people coming? Cuz it's 10 people here. Why would you tell me to get I had to pay for the books on free? Why would you like the what I went through to get these books? Why would you tell me 100 people? I was just like, girl. So I had to give her a little coaching. I think she was a little offended by it. Oh well, who cares? Some people, I told y'all, some people don't like coaching. Some people prefer to have. Thank you, of course, Cecily. Thank you, and make sure to get that homework done. Okay, you burn your head. Okay, get into the work. It's no problem. So, child, but let me tell you why. Even though I did all that, and child, she had 10 people there. So it definitely was not a $70,000 weekend. I think them 10 people, about 7 of them was her cousins and her auntie and uncle and stuff. Girl, but I ain't go off on her and tell her like what I went through. I just wanted to give her a little coaching on how to get people to your events. Because I have done events in Houston, and I have done events in Houston where I had 100 people there. I know what it takes. And Houston is a colder market. She from there. So let me tell you why though that solidified for me, because a couple of years ago before, when I was using CreateSpace, KDP, to print books, I had a scenario where I had another event that I needed all my books. I need a lot of books. I don't know if it was 100, but it might have been like 50. Mind you, 100 books, y'all. That is not a light little box. This woman had me get 100 books. It was 10 people there. I think I sold 3. This is why I don't like speaking at everybody event either, by the way. Because I come with stuff. Don't be lying to me. Tell me the truth. If it's going to be 20, let it be 20 because I'm bringing stuff with me. So anyways, one time I was ordering these books from KDP and I had an event that was coming up and I ordered like 50 books, big event. And you know, with KDP, I don't know what it is today, but back in the day, it would take about 2 weeks before the books would get printed. By the way, mind you, I called BookLogix that week and told them I need the books that weekend. Y'all hear me? I called my rep, Megan, girl, I need these books this week. And they told me it's going to be 100 people. I'm going to come. Can I come pick them up? That's how quick they was, right? I don't waited for these books from CreateSpace, Amazon for 2 weeks. Child, for this event. By the way, Amazon, they print stuff so quickly too that sometimes your books be coming out crooked. Cover be all over the place. I done had times where the pages, it's just ghetto. The pages be like hanging out. So I done waited 2 weeks for these books to come. So I prepared in advance for this big event. The books finally come. I'm excited. I open up the books. I'm so glad I didn't do a video on that one. Because I always be like, record a video, you opening up your books. I open up the books, child. It's somebody else's book. I done received 50 copies of somebody else's book. Well, now, wait a minute. Now, I done waited 2 weeks for these books, and y'all done sent me somebody else's book. So, I call Amazon, and you know you got to get through the prompts. You got to push number 1, push 2, operator. This is before they had all the AI stuff now. I finally get somebody on the phone from India. He ain't even from the States. Excuse me, sir. So here's the dilemma. Because I know they're going to accommodate me. I done waited 2 weeks. You're going to make this work. My event is in a couple days. So, excuse me, sir. So I just wanted to say, I waited 2 weeks for my books. And y'all sent me somebody else's book. And so, here you go. You know how you hear the little typing in the back? Okay, all right. Well, we see that you got your book. Okay. And here you go. Talking about. Oh, well, we can send you a new batch of books. Okay, great. Because I don't know who this lady is. Great, please send me the books. It's going to take another 2 weeks though. No, 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 no. My event is in a couple days. I need them now. And I know y'all had the ability to do it because when I went on the site and looked up my book, it said that y'all can ship my book to someone in 2 days. So I need you to do whatever it is that y'all do to get the book to people in 2 days. I need you to get that book to me right now because I done waited 2 weeks. Oh, well, ma'am, there's nothing we can really do. We cannot send you 50 books in 2 days. The option is we can send you a new box of books or we can just simply refund you. Can I speak to a manager? Can I speak to somebody? Because no, I've been waiting 2 weeks. I don't know if you hear me. I got an event coming up this weekend though. And so like I need the books now. And I know y'all have the ability to print them quickly because when I went on your website, I saw my book and it said that 2 days, somebody could get the book in 2 days. So can y'all just put me on the phone with somebody that can make it happen? Now, mind you, he's in another country and he's reading a script and he don't give a hoot nanny poot about me. I'm just another number. He don't care about me. He don't care about my event coming up. And the chances of me even ever seeing him in person, I'll never meet this man. So he don't care. No way. As soon as he get off the phone with me, it's on to the next customer. And the way that I felt so small and appreciated. And the fact that to me, well, to you, it's not a big deal, but to me, this is a big event coming and I need my 50 books. And he didn't care. I said, oh no, I can't do this no more. And that is why I had no problem with paying BookLogix an extra $1 or $2 so that I can literally call up to BookLogix, talk to Megan on the phone. The owners know me. That's why I'm telling you, I'm team BookLogix. I don't want to print my books through nobody else. Because I'm serious about what I do. Like, this is not a game to me. If somebody calls me next week and says, listen, we got an event and we want you to come speak, I cannot be relying upon Amazon or nobody else where I don't have a direct contact to get my books to me by next week. But I know I can call BookLogix. And even if I got to pay an extra fee to get them rushed, like, it's so many stories that I can tell you why I love BookLogix, y'all. Like, amazing. They're just an amazing company and family owned. They've been in existence, I think, since 2009 or 10. I've used them since 2012. And as long as I can remember, y'all, they have always done right by me. Even if they've made a mistake, they've always made it up. And so that's my little 2 cents. I don't went way over telling y'all, but I hope that, for those, again, if you guys who want to learn more stuff, we're going to be doing this training every single Wednesday, going over a different feature in the software. If you don't have access to this software, again, it's a high level software, but when you sign up through us, you will get additional training. You will get our system support, templates and all types of stuff that's available to you. You get the ability, of course, to ask questions. Matter of fact, let me just show y'all this one final thing too. So in the classroom in school, you also can go here when you go to community. And if you have a question about the BPC system, let me log in. If you have a question, you need help. If you go here to put a new post, change the category to BPC all-in-one system. And so that way, when we are going in here to look at different posts or look for posts, we can categorize it by those posts and be able to help answer your questions. And so we're 2 members away from 500, y'all. Isn't this awesome? I'm so excited. But yes, our goal is to get 1,000 members by the end of the quarter. So that May, June, July, August, May, January, February, March, April, May, June. Oh, so, well, yeah, we're gonna push for that. We want 1,000 members by the end of the quarter. And so, yeah, y'all. Oh, y'all can't see what I'm sharing. Let me share the screen. So what I was saying is right here in the school community, you go right here. And then when you go to put your post, you change the category to BPC all-in-one system. So this is where if you have some questions, again, I'm going to encourage you guys to please go here to this BPC system training. If you don't have access to the software, I will be adding today a tab under the classroom that's going to say BPC all-in-one system, where you can actually sign up for just $97 a month. And this is going to help you run your business. I'm telling you guys, if you are not an elite member, now, if you are elite or above, that means elite is our program where we will create your very first website for you. Elite gets to access to the software at no cost. The only additional fee is, of course, when you guys send out emails and text messages. And then right now, the AI features are free. So make sure you guys plug in. All right, y'all. So again, you're going to go to join Book Rich Profits Club. You're just going to go to bookrichprofitsclub.com. And then also for those of you guys who want to take advantage of my book that is coming out. I got 2 books coming out next end of this month. Freed. It's called Freed. So facing reality, embracing emotion, and deliverance from depression. So if you have ever battled through depression, or you got a family or loved one that is going through it, forward written by Brian Johnson. And then also we have my book From Book to Booked. Okay, forward written by, and I just misspelled that. That's supposed to be F-O-R-E. WRD, but forward by Ash Cash. And so both of these books are coming out. The first event where they will be is going to be a workshop that y'all gonna see me post up that I'm doing with a young lady, a part of the Atlanta Black Chambers. But you can get access to this if you just simply go to the link, which is not showing because I have the other one up. But you're gonna go to special.visionavant.com. If you buy one book, you get both of the books. Buying one book, you get both of the books. And if you buy 2 books, you actually get to include your story of pushing through depression. I think like the stigma and the embarrassment I think that people used to feel about talking about depression has definitely changed significantly. There's so many people that are going through it. And I think that as a leader, if you have learned ways of how to push through, it's our responsibility to share it to the community, our community, of how we've done it. So we got a couple people that's already signed up, and sales do end pre-sale. So to be included in the book, by the way, if you pre-order, you get to be included in both books. So your name, your business name, website, all of that will be included in the directory of both of the books. That does end tomorrow. All right, y'all. It's been a privilege and a pleasure. I hope you guys enjoyed the training, and I'll see you guys on next Wednesday. I'll holla.